Hi, my name is Tiffany Gonzalez, and today I'm going to be giving my speech on anxiety disorders. But before I begin, I would just like to ask, has there ever been a moment in your life where you felt an intense feeling of fear or worry without any cause or without any warning? Unfortunately, this is just a normal part of human emotions, but for some people, these emotions can be so intense that they can actually interfere in their lives and become serious disorders. Anxiety disorders are one of the most common mental health disorders, yet they are some of the most serious because they pertain to moods, behaviors, and overall quality of life. Anxiety is often described as an overwhelming feeling of constant worry, fear, or even doom that can negatively impact a person's daily life. Anxiety disorders are one of the most commonly experienced mental disorders, yet for many, symptoms can begin as early as childhood or even adolescence. Within American adults alone, 34% deal with anxiety disorders within their lifetime. This proves that this is just an ever-present epidemic that needs to be addressed. First, I will be explaining what exactly anxiety is and what are some of the common symptoms. Next, I will be explaining some of the common factors that can lead to the overall development of anxiety. And lastly, I will explain treatments and strategies that are commonly referred to treat disorders. To truly understand this epidemic, it's important to ask ourselves questions like, what is anxiety? What are some of the common symptoms associated with it? And where does it even come from? By definition, anxiety disorders are a mental health disorder that is often characterized by a constant feeling of worry, fear, or intense nervousness. Feelings like this can have a negative impact on school and work performances, social relationships, and even overall productivity. Within the general scope of anxiety disorders, there are many different types of anxiety disorders that can fall under that category. For instance, I will be going over general anxiety, and that is just anxiety that can pertain to everyday tasks. They don't necessarily have to be, there isn't usually like a specific cause behind it. It can just be a feeling that people experience. Next, there's social anxiety, and this is anxiety surrounded by social situations, and most of the time this can have to do with the feeling of being judged. People are scared to be judged, and people are scared to be misinterpreted in any way, so that's where social anxiety can come in. Next, there are panic disorders. These are sudden intense episodes of fear. They can be triggered out of nowhere, and that's why for many people this is a really big problem. Although anxiety disorders impact emotional and mental well-being, severe cases can actually manifest into physical symptoms. For instance, some emotional symptoms are difficulty concentrating and, as stated, a feeling of doom. And then for many, this can actually manifest into physical symptoms. So rapid heart beating, shaky hands, dizziness, sweating, those are some of the most commonly reported symptoms. Next, it's crucial to understand causes that contribute to anxiety disorders development. A number can be genetic and biological factors. For instance, genetics can actually increase chances of anxiety disorders by 35 to 50%. Next, this can also be because the section of the brain that deals with mood swings and processing can actually function differently. Studies have also found that anxiety can be the result of an environmental experience. For instance, trauma, a chronic illness, traumatic life changes can actually increase the likelihood of a person developing anxiety. Long-term stress and negative adolescent experience can also lead to stress development. Studies have also shown that there's a correlation between mental and physical health and anxiety. For instance, individuals with anxiety have also shown symptoms of mental health disorders, such as depression. Anxiety has also been able to live alongside physical health conditions, for instance, heart failure and even respiratory conditions, and there have been studies that prove that there can actually be a correlation between those. Last but not last but not least, it's important to discuss treatments and tools that are at people's disposal to manage this disorder. One effective treatment is actually psychotherapy, and this is one of the one of the most commonly referred to. This is also referred to as cognitive behavioral therapy, and this is really important because it allows individuals to find root causes for their specific anxiety. It can help them find triggers and patterns, and just overall better coping mechanisms. Prescription medication has also been shown to be an effective tool because it can actually be a scientific and chemical approach to fixing the chemical imbalance in a person's brain. For instance, individuals prescribed with serotonin have actually proven to have a reduce in anxiety, and they've noticed significant changes within their anxiety episodes. Changes in lifestyles and habits can also be an effective method of therapy. For instance, if a person regularly exercises, has healthier sleep habits, and has better stress managing techniques, that can also reduce stress by a significant margin. Lastly, seeking help from a friend, a family member, a trusted adult, or even a professional can bring improvement and recovery. Just to close, anxiety disorders are one of the most common mental health disorders. They have many people characterize it as a constant fear of anxiety, negatively impacting a person's life. They can have both emotional and physical symptoms that can impose on a person's everyday functions. This can be because of a number of factors, including biological, genetic, and environmental. And some of the most commonly referred to treatments are therapy, medication, and healthy lifestyle changes. In closing, by raising awareness of anxiety and reducing the stigma, we can actually find a better understanding around it, and we can encourage people to seek help when needed. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.